Hello everyone, welcome to another Deck Tech. This week I got a list that was given to me by Rip in Peace from Twitch chat that I called Strange Days. It was interesting. So it's a deck that I riffed off of. I changed a lot from it. It was trying to go Infernus and Silence, and then play a bunch of power cards to cheese it so that you would have Infernus on turn 1 and Silence in hand. So you just get some very, very early 5/5 charge units and try and win the game. And then its other plan was to kind of like Sand Warrior, Timekeeper, and get really, really high time influence. I personally didn't like the secondary plan, so we went with something a little different. Enter Tunnel Vision. I wasn't sure I was going to do this one as this week's Deck Tech, but I just played a game testing it out, and it was such a sweet one. I wish I'd been recording it. I ended up losing, but we put them down to 2, and it came down to them having a removal spell in hand, so it was really, really good. I'm enjoying the deck a lot. Our goal is, as usual with a high power deck, Stonescar Excavator. if you're gonna go all the way in, you might as well go all the way in. So basically what we're trying to do, you want to get Infernus on turn 1. So when it's on your first turn, it's free. At the end of your turn, you have to sacrifice Infernus. This is where Silence comes in. So if you have a Time Sigil, Infernus, and Silence in your opening hand, then you play Infernus, attack, deal them 5, and then silence it so it doesn't get sacrificed. And then you have this 5/5 that can just keep smashing your opponent. Our alternate plan, though, unlike our last deck that I was showing you, is to go with Stonescar Excavator. So what we're going to do after that is try and use Sporefolk to discard cards off the top of our library. And because we have 48 power sources, most of it is going to be power. So we're going to try and discard a lot of power. And then we'll eventually Stonescar Excavator and start paying for it to discard all the extra power cards that we have in our hand to deal damage equal to the number of power cards that we have in our void. And it is a lot of damage. Last game I was dealing 10 per Stonescar Excavator activation, so you can jump it real fast. If you get a couple of Sporefolk, you can go really, really far. The rest of the deck is ways to get back Sporefolk, or to get back really cheap Infernus. So you can get back Infernus that's cheap, you can get back Sporefolk, and continue to keep going. You can use Quarry to just kind of dig down to your Stonescar Excavators. And then there's also some Flamestokers, which are just kind of finishers. I've actually had a decent win percentage with this deck so far, so I think I've played about 4 games and won, I think, 3 of them. This has been a very, very interesting list in any case. So, I'm not recommending this as a list that you should play for anything but fun. More than almost any other deck that I've ever played. This is a fun deck. But I want to break it and see how far we can go. So let's play some games.